Hello, Westwood family. This is your pastor, Pastor Michael Lomax, and I wanted to pause just for a moment from my couch to your couch or wherever you might see this video with just a quick moment to connect with each and every one of you all, to encourage you, inspire you with what's happening in the life of our congregation that came out of our last quarterly church conference meeting that you may not have been aware of. But before I jump into what took place on last Monday, I want to make certain that you are aware that from my family to your family, we're praying for God's protection and that God would continue to be a hedge of protection around you and your family and those who you love and hold most dear. And for those who have faced this virus head on and are dealing with this pernicious disease, I want you to know that you may feel sometimes like you're lonely, but you're never alone. That the shepherd is right there with you, and beyond the shepherd are the saints of God at Westwood who are there lifting you up and praying for you during this time. Now, on to what took place on Monday. I wanted to share some really interesting and intriguing realities that inspired me in our quarterly church conference. 2 years ago, we launched this strategic plan that said there were some specific toll gates that would help us to know if we are being good stewards over all that God has given us. And that means that we would have passion projects that would serve the community beyond us, that we would have good communication, that we would improve our guest experience, and that we would make certain that we had a leadership pipeline. And I'm proud to be able to report as your pastor that we've started to see all of those parts of our strategic plan come to pass. In fact, what we reported on last Monday is that our diakonos ministry, which is comprised of our deaconess and our deacons ministry, had a passion project. Even during this pandemic, they still served passionately by connecting with the Shepherd's Way, which is a transitional home ministry in the heart of Richmond that serves persons who are between homes. We still served meals. Now again, because of social distancing, we couldn't serve the meals directly, but we provided the meals that were provided to the people who needed them most at the time they needed them most. And that's the kind of church that I believe in and I believe Christ would be pleased with. But not only have we been good stewards beyond Westwood, I was proud to be able to say and to be able to see in our financial reports that we are financially solvent. That means that we were able to meet the financial obligations and expenses that we have to meet during this time. Not only were we able to say that we are financially solvent because of your generosity, your tithes, your offering, because of your gifts and your graciousness during this time. God also blew my mind in the fact that we launched at the beginning of the year that we wanted to pay off the debt that we owed on our Stokes Lane property. And it's really awesome to be able to say that we started out the year with $21,000 in debt, and we paid down $10,000, almost half of that, by March of 2020. I have no doubt with your gifts and your generosity and the commitment that we have to tithes and offering, we will see that through. So I wanted to pause and just say thank you. I want to encourage you to continue to give, but I want to thank you for what you already have given. And I want you to know that we continue to be good stewards over what God is doing in the life of our community and in our congregation because of your gifts. The second part of our stewardship is in leadership. Part of our touchstones was that we would have a leadership pipeline and develop leaders within the congregation. And during times like these, sometimes people step back, but not at Westwood. We've stepped up. And I'm able and excited to be able to welcome 9 new leaders into the fold to help us rise over the next days, weeks, months, and years to come. In our diakonos ministry, both our deacons and our deaconess had 3 people that they put forward separately and that we voted for unanimously. 3 in our deaconess and 3 in our deacons. We want to welcome Sister Diane Whitfield Tyree, Sister Keela Taylor, and Sister Tracy Cunningham. We want to welcome in our deacons ministry, Brother Keith Valentine, Brother Bernard Hill, and Brother Mike Holmes. In our Sunday school superintendent role, Minister Ethel White will now be moving into a grief ministry that we will launch before the end of second quarter to help those who are grieving and dealing with loss have a safe space to be able to talk about their loved ones. And succeeding her is Dr. Dale Wesson and his wife, Lenita Wesson. They'll be leading our Sunday school efforts. And I'm excited also that we're adding a church administrator to our staff in the form of Reverend Jeanette Brown. She will be helping us continue to do what she's been doing as a volunteer. Now she'll be officially a part of our staff, and I could not be more excited about adding her officially to our staff to help us with our communication, to help us with our coordination, and to help to make certain that we have communal support of the things that we're doing and that we have a certain level of quality that we add to the ministry that we provide. Again, I want to welcome and I ask you to encourage all of the leaders that I've just named and to let them know that we appreciate them for stepping up during such a time as this. Again, I welcome all of you to be a part of everything that's going on in the life of our church, but I wanted to pause and just say thank you for all that you're doing. And hopefully this encourages you just like it encourages me, that just because we've been online and not been in person does not mean we've not been on mission. We continue to rise, and it's because of each and every one of you. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I pray you have a great rest of your day. God bless.